All right, guys, welcome to the show. It is officially NFL Draft Day today, and I'm continuing on turning out this amazing content for you guys for Fantasy Football 2023. It is here. I've got a list here for you of 5 secret sleepers. I'm calling them secret because nobody else is really talking about them. But if you guys want the true secret, make sure you guys right now, I got a special going on right now. Secure the 16-round draft solution to dominate your draft. Fantasy football is officially here. Secure the solution. Use code DRAFT right now. Save yourself 20%. Link in the bio, guys. Get the 16-round draft solution right now. Okay, guys? Sleepers, breakouts, all the optimal players drafted each round. Get the solution. Get the championship. It's that simple. Draft kits are dead. No more copy and paste here, okay? So in this video, guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about 5 secret sleepers. Not really a bit of a secret, but some of these guys are well below their, where I think they could finish. So the value is there. The upside is there. And when I talk about sleepers and guys you draft later, I'm not saying invest early draft capital. I'm not saying make them your RB1 or your wide receiver 1 or your QB1 for that matter. I'm saying you got to have a backup plan. You always have to have depth. And I think these guys are pretty good value, the guys I'm going to mention here. Again, this is early. I always give my disclaimer. Everything happens after the NFL draft, as soon as the depth charts fizzle out. For example, I just did a video on some running backs I like or some players I like. One of them is Tyler Algier. But Bijan Robinson could end up being a Atlanta Falcon. They got an early draft pick. Actually, leave a comment below if you guys are watching this pre-NFL draft. Where does Bijan end up? Is he with the Falcons, Bears, Eagles, Chargers? Let me know in the comments. Now, some of you guys are probably watching this after the NFL draft, well into August, and this video came up to you. So I apologize. We're talking about some NFL draft stuff because it's happening today. So anyway, besides the fact, let's get into these secret sleepers, okay? Not really a big secret, but kind of a secret, right? Because, again, no one's talking about them. First guy here, again, drop a comment below and leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up. Comment below. Want to know, who is a sleeper that you really believe in this year? And what do you think of these guys? And smash thumbs up. It only takes 2 seconds, less than that. It's a lion smash. Okay, let's go. I call it the lion's thumb smash because we're all lion mentality here. All right, first one here is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, yes, is a sleeper this year. He's come out and said that, hey, man, I'm going to dominate. I want to be one of the best quarterbacks there is. And, I mean, the guy is really talented, and he's got good coaching, and he's got good weapons with George Pickens being there, Deontay Johnson, a veteran there, and, Najee Harris as well, who I think should be out there catching a lot of balls, should step it up from his 3.8 yards per carry last year, has to step it up as well. But I like Kenny Pickett as a backup quarterback with some upside based on the talent around him. And I'm a big Tomlin fan. I think he's a great coach. I think Pickett's in a good hands. Now, last year didn't have the greatest season. Mind you, he didn't get the start at the beginning of the season, didn't get integrated. The offense was a mess. They were trying to figure stuff out. But like I said, I believe in Tomlin. I believe in the system. I believe they can really get Pickett going. They've shown they can believe in him. Again, unless they draft a quarterback and they work him. But no, this is going to be the guy for this year. So, 2404 when it looks at, passing yards last year, 245 passing attempts. Now, he has 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Not the best look here to start. Only can get better. He's sitting 22nd right now amongst quarterbacks. Finished 28th amongst quarterbacks last year in fantasy points. Pickett is a guy as a backup quarterback with some upside, and I consider him a fantasy football sleeper for 2023. Is he going to finish top 5? No. There's just too many quarterbacks. I don't see that happening. Can he finish top 10? Probably not. Maybe top 15, right? There's some upside there. But again, you always got to get a backup quarterback. I talk about this in 16 rounds. I talk about it in all my stuff. If you're in a 1 quarterback league, get 2 quarterbacks. If you're in a 2 quarterback league, get 3 quarterbacks to cover potential injury, lack of performance, and bye weeks, guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. A lack of performance. Your quarterback just may not be performing up to par. Last year, a lot of people drafted Russell Wilson. Everybody had high hopes, including myself. Didn't perform. You may need a good backup. Kenny Pickett could be it, okay? Second sleeper here, and I say he's a sleeper because he's well outside the top 15 on the Sheeps' rankings. And again, his ADP is going to fluctuate. The guy I'm talking about is David Montgomery, who is on Detroit, okay? Now, why am I why is this appealing to me? Now, David Montgomery, not the greatest player. He's been good. He's been okay. He's been above par, but he is now replacing Williams last year, Jamal Williams, who had 17 touchdowns. He got all the goal line work. Remember, if you guys have a short-term memory, a lot of people do, especially the mainstream Sheepsis, they all had DeAndre Swift as a top 8 running back at PPR last year. DeAndre Swift sucked. I told you he'd suck. I told you not to draft him. Everybody drafted him, and now DeAndre Swift busted last year. Nobody's talking about him, right? Jamal Williams came in. Obviously, the Lions do not believe in DeAndre Swift. They brought in David Montgomery to be the starter. Now, even if David Montgomery does not absolutely tear it up, he could be a solid RB3 as part of a robust RB strategy because he is decent value. Now, his ADP, I have not determined that yet. It is very early. Everything fizzles out after the NFL draft. I'm just going to take a quick glance here at it, though. But David Montgomery should easily get all of the goal line work. And again, he is immense value. So I'm going to pull up here some of the Sheepsis rankings. Just take a look at a bunch of sites here. David Montgomery is sitting 22nd guys amongst running backs. So they've actually got Swift ahead of him, which is crazy on the Sheepsis rankings. Now, why would you have Swift ahead of him when David Montgomery is going to come in and be the RB1? It's absolutely ludicrous. So again, looking at this, David Montgomery, great value. And again, they're just trying to save face from last year. They're saying, hey, man, like we believed in Swift last year. You're still our guy. No, he's not. They got Montgomery in there for a reason, and he's immense value. So there's a secret for you. You know, the Sheepsis are stupid. I mean, that's not really a secret, but Swift ranked ahead of him, a couple players ahead of David Montgomery on the Sheepsis rankings is ludicrous. Montgomery, great value as an RB3 with some top 10 potential there. And the goal line work, David Montgomery. Third guy here, I know we're talking Steelers a lot here, but Najee Harris sitting 13th outside the top 10. This guy was a top 5 running back the year before. The year I drafted him, I told you everyone to draft him. He's going to get the volume. He's a volume guy, okay? He's talented. He's still young, trying to work towards a contract. Now, he is a little lackluster in his explosiveness, averaging 3.8 yards per carry. He doesn't have that umph in his step, the pep in his step, right? And that's something that's kind of turned me off of Najee. He's lacking that explosiveness. He's like the little engine that could. He's just like, he just can't really get going. Can't find that 5th gear, right? He's kind of stuck in 3rd gear. Anticlimactic is kind of, you get it, right? So 272 attempts last year. It could only get better for Najee Harris this year, who is set to be the workhorse running back going into the 2023 fantasy season. Again, Pickett's going to be under center, more integrated, more settled in that offense. But when it comes to volume, Najee's still the guy. Am I excited? No, but production consistency week in, week out could be there for a young, hungry, volume-filled Najee Harris as sleeper. I think 13, and you're saying, well, 13th isn't sleeper. It is when you can finish potentially top 5 based on volume opportunity, and you've done it before. It could happen again. So there's a secret for you guys. Top 5 finisher, Najee Harris. Possibly don't pay top 5 to get him. Don't pay 1st round pick. He may fall end of 2nd, early 3rd. Maybe if you're lucky, people sleep on him. You get him in the 4th round. Highly unlikely. But Najee, great value as part of a robust RB strategy. 4th guy here, we've talked about Kenny Pickett, David Montgomery, Najee. Secret sleeper here, is Drake London. Now, Desmond Ridder didn't get really integrated till the end of the season last year. He played like 4 games. In those 4 games, played like, had like 2 touchdowns. Drake London is a guy that is going, and that's Desmond Ridder I'm talking about, by the way, threw 2 touchdowns in 4 games. Drake London, again, the talent is there. Okay, he didn't really get going last year, but still had 866 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 72 receptions. Not bad for a guy that was in a mess of an offense. Now, they may pick up Bijan Robinson, so that's going to open things up. They need a good running back. Now, Tyler Algier he is viable, but he was a 4th, 5th round pick. They want a true RB1, I think. So Bijan could be an option. If you're watching this, maybe he's already been drafted. I don't know, because I'm recording this the day of the NFL draft. Again, Drake London, tons of upside, tons of volume. I don't see them going another wide receiver because they invested a 1st round early, top 8 pick. He was 8th pick overall, Drake London. So again, I like Drake London. I like the value. He's sitting 28th amongst wide receivers. You can get this guy well after the 5th round, and you're locking in a wide receiver 1 potentially. A lot of this his success is going to be predicated on the play of Desmond Ridder. So Drake London, love the upside, okay? Big time sleeper. And the last one here, no one's really talking about him, but the upside is there. He was a first-round pick, 18th overall, I believe. The guy on top was TREYLON. BURKS had an anticlimactic year last year. Malik Willis came in. They don't believe in Malik Willis. I was just told he's not going to be the solution. You know, it's a disaster at quarterback. They're trying to still figure out their identity. There's talk about Derrick Henry being gone. If Derrick Henry's gone or traded or moved or whatever, that's going to open up more into the passing game. They're not going to be running as much potentially. But TREYLON Burks, I mean, there's really no one there. Who's there? Kyle Phillips? Like, they got no other wide receiver. I'm assuming they drafted a wide receiver this year. We don't know. But the way that it sits right now, pre-NFL draft, I like TREYLON Burks as a big-time wide receiver sleeper. Who's a wide receiver one on his team potentially right now. You get it for immense value as your like wide receiver 3, 4, with wide receiver 1 upside, okay? Is he going to finish top 10? Not necessarily. He hasn't proven it, but a lot of wide receivers tend to take a step up in their second or third year after they get fully integrated. But understand, guys, the league was in a disaster last year with quarterback identity crises all over the place. You know, you had Davis Mills with the Texans with no wide receivers. You had Kenny Pickett just getting integrated. You had all this trial and error, and you know, there's a lot of teams that needed quarterbacks, and people are trying to get that all worked out this year, okay? So TREYLON Burks could be more settled in. Drake London with Ritter could be more settled in this year. Obviously, Ritter in his second year been more comfortable in that offense, okay? So Pickett, going to get settled in, great coaching, opportunity. Don't draft him as your QB1, but there's some upside there. David Montgomery, Najee Harris, Drake London, and TREYLON Burks. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Some secret, sneaky sleepers here for you that you get for decent value and have a ton of upside. All right, guys? Subscribe, thumbs up. I appreciate you guys being here. We'll talk soon. NFL Draft is here. Drop a comment. Follow on my social medias at Fantasy Football Counselor everywhere. We'll talk soon. I'm out.